Hey everyone, it's another terrific Tuesday in Black History Month. It is phenomenal February, fabulous February. That's what I like to call it, fabulous February. And of course, this is Val the Voice Johnson. We're so excited to have you here on this wonderful Tuesday. And of course, it's Interlude Section Presents Talk on Tuesdays. Man, oh man, we're so grateful that you guys are joining us. And of course, Coach Tony, he's on his way in because what does he do? He loves to coach. And we have a special guest happening that's going to be, we have someone coming in that's giving us some tips and some thoughts on what we're going to be talking about on tonight. We've got a couple of things we're going to talk about on tonight, but of course, we're excited, of course. And of course, we're going to keep it going. And then, of course, we're going to do this. We're going to do the intro. What? Here we go. It's another edition of Interlude Section Presents Talk on Tuesdays. This is Voice Johnson. And of course, like I said, we're excited to have you here. We got a lot going on today, but of course, we want to make sure that we let you know what we're brought to you by on today. Of course, it is our Interludes Extra. DJ Saved My Life. Now, this is the memoir and the ABCs to starting your own podcast. If you guys have not picked up a copy, please do so. The physical copy is on its way this first quarter. It's coming. I'm excited about it. And of course, you guys can go ahead and check it out. And so we are doing our thing for the ebook and for the rest of the merch. I'm so excited about my merch. This is a notebook. This is not the actual book. This is a notebook. You can write in it. And I'm just excited that it says scan the QR code. And of course, go to purelighthouse.media.net. That's our store. However, we have a brand new website. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. And then, of course, that's going to be exciting. So just go there and check it out for purelighthouse.media.net. And then, of course, our affiliate sponsor, we're excited about that. And then also Patreon. Interlude Section presents Find Your Voice, patreon.com/interludes, kind of the backstage things that happen with us. Go and visit there. And of course, we have fun things happening over there as well. And of course, our affiliate sponsor, I got to get to that. Our affiliate sponsor is KeySpot. I was so excited about KeySpot. They are the ones that helped me with doing my brand new website. Oh my goodness. And so KeySpot, connect, share, and grow. They are based out of Ohio, but of course, if you are a small business, Cynthia McAllister will welcome you right on in. And of course, you can go and check them out. Get your small business registered on the KeySpot app. And of course, it's $15 a month, but you guys can go ahead and check it out. It's at keyspot.com/free. So I enjoy being there all the time, which is always exciting and just wonderful with that. You know what I am excited about? We have a guest here, and as I wait for Coach Tony to come, I wanted to let you guys know about a brand new soap opera that's coming. Now, I know you guys are like, I thought you guys were going to be talking about Kendrick Lamar. There's so much to unpack with the Super Bowl. Let me know in the chat if you have checked. Did you check out the Super Bowl? More importantly, did you understand the Super Bowl? Because some people didn't understand what was happening. And of course, congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts, and those guys. they pulled it out. Everybody was kind of thinking and predicting, even here on this show. Coach Tony predicted it was going to be the Chiefs, but as he said last night, he was eating his words. I said, this is one of the reasons why I don't physically bet. I hate losing money. That's just me. That's just me. I don't know about anybody else. That's just me. And I see Mark Lee is in the building. Hey, you doing? Thank you so much. We're beautiful people. We appreciate that, of course. But yeah, I was very excited to hear about the new soap opera that's coming, and it's called Beyond the Gates. On the morning show, I got a chance to talk about it a little bit and was just really excited to let you guys know that it's coming February 24th, and we have not had a predominantly Black soap opera on a network television show for a very, very long time. Oh yeah, you got the Gil Scott reference from Kendrick. Yeah, we're getting into all that in a few seconds, but definitely, I was thinking to myself when I thought about the soap operas, and there's a lot of people that don't watch soap operas because what's happening now is that reality shows have become the new soap opera. Would you all agree with that? The reality shows are now the new soap operas. That's what's happening. And so I was excited to hear about it. I got a chance to see a little bit of a preview of it. And okay, here we go. I finally got ahead and got one of the pictures from this. And of course, we have some heavy that's going to be in the Beyond the Gates, uh, uh, series, which is really exciting. And when I say series, I honestly mean Monday through Friday, it'll be coming on. I don't know if you guys recognize this gentleman here. It is Clifton Davis. He's going to be a part of the matriarch that is a part of Beyond the Gates. And one of the things that it took about almost a year for it to get produced and brought to the show, to CBS, and it's set in a Maryland suburb of the DC, and it's supposed to be highlighting one of the affluent African American African American counties in Maryland. And of course, the Duprees is the main family, because every soap opera, even every drama, has the main folks that are part of it. So Tamara Tooney she plays Anita Dupree, and who you see here, Clifton Davis, he's going to be portraying veteran Dupree. And then also, okay, Coach, we're going to let you get set up there. And then also, who's going to be on the show, you have Timron Kyle Durrett, and then also Kara Cheatham Mosley. There's a lot of great actors that have been acting for a long time. Clifton Davis, you guys remember him from That's My Mama and a couple of other shows from the 70s. And of course, most notably for myself, Amen. And so I'm excited to see what will be happening with this. Coach Tony, give me a thumbs up if you are able to come on stage. Thumbs up. There we go. And of course, Coach, how are you? I wanted to make sure that I talked a little bit about the soap opera that's coming on, and Coach Tony is in the building. He's in the building, which is really excited.
I'm set for a Black soap opera. I'm good.
We have not had anything since Generations since 1989. That was the last one that was produced.
And what was the name of that one?
Generations.
Nope.
It was on NBC. It would. You're saying that's not the one? Okay. Nope. What was the last one that was produced? Which
if
one?
You was a real soap opera watcher, it was All My Children with Jesse and Angie, who went on to be mega superstars. Come on now.
Okay,
nobody watched that Generations. It was All My Children.
Okay, so check this out. Generations had a predominantly other cast. Generations had predominantly African Americans. So and then also the African Americans were producing in the background and directing, just giving you a little heads up. Now, of course, if I told you on the D train while I lived in New York, I got a chance to meet Jesse Williams, who played.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, Darnell Williams, who played
Darnell,
Jesse.
yeah, played Jesse.
And I did not call him by his character name. So I was like, Val, don't embarrass yourself. So I was like, okay, it's not Jesse, it's Darnell. So I said, Mr. Williams. I tapped him on the shoulder. I said, Mr. Williams, Mr. Williams. And he said, what? And I was like, I just wanted to let you know. And I was, pacing myself. I wanted to let you know that my mother and I, we are such fans of you and Debbie Morgan. You got to know the actor's real name. Don't say their character's name. And you represent African Americans so well. His face went from aggravated to it lit up like a Christmas tree. Thank you. I was like,
oh yeah. you gotta have that, as they put. You gotta have that button. You know how to push that button.
Exactly. And of course, Kevin Springer's giving us a shout out. That's right.
Okay, Springer, what's up, good? What's up, baby?
Yeah, he's in the building. He's in the building. And of course, we're excited. We have a guest, but I wanted to make sure before we bring on our guest, you have and has been coaching the girls team, and you sent me some pictures that you wanted to share. Wait, why you gotta say it? Oh man, why you gotta say it like that?
No, I love my girls to death, pal. We
of course you
had a hard fought game tonight, very difficult, but I want to thank my girls because Val, the one thing I can respect, we have the highest GPA in the district, and those are my 5 seniors right there. I embarrassed them tonight. I told them I'm gonna have them on my podcast show. I got Dee Dee to the far right. I'm gonna cage you. I got my girl right next to her is CeCe Phillips. In the middle is Dalton, Vaughn, Marla Kaczynski, and then Mia. So to the far right, the young lady, Dee Dee, Val, she may be in our back door. She is looking at right now, top 2 choices, USC and Northwestern.
Going into the field,
going into the field of medicine. Mm-hmm. And then you got CeCe, Mia, Marla, are the 3, 2 to the left and 1 to the right. They're headed to the University of Tennessee. And then my young girl in the middle holding the sign up, she is also headed to the Midwest to Notre Dame.
Wow, that's
so
wonderful.
I'm proud of them. Everybody's going into something to do with medicine. And that's another thing, Val, I'm just proud of, teaching the young girls, and they're all going into either medicine or business. And it's just wonderful. And, they play their hearts out, and, I'm getting everything I can possibly get. And that's our locker room. We acting crazy. That's my coach on the floor, Coach Briscoe, Kiana. Now, interesting story with her, Val. The coach on the floor played for me in college when I was at Volunteer State Community, and she went on HBCU to Central State in Ohio. And then my coach right there to my left is Natalie Kelly. She went on to play basketball at Rhodes College in Memphis, came back, and now they're both underneath me, learning the game. And look at that, teaching. This is one of the biggest teams the schools had in several years. We are completely packed all the way from 6th, 7th graders all the way to varsity. And I'm excited what we got going on. The school is called St. Cecilia High School. We're located in Nashville, Tennessee, probably about 7, 8 minutes, 10 minutes at the most, by Vanderbilt University. So Val, I'm proud of them. I got scholars on this team. My average GPA, check this out, Val. Give me a guess what you think the GPA of this team is.
2.4 or 2. I'm sorry, 3.4 or 3.6.
I told you where these girls are heading to school. We just won an award from the Tennessee Scholastic School Association of having the highest GPA in back-to-back years, those 5 girls especially, 3.97, Val.
Woo! Congratulations.
So it's not always about the sports. It's usually about giving the girls an opportunity to really just shine, learn the game of basketball, and just give them a good experience while playing high school ball. Because these girls are going to go on, Val, and operate on somebody. They're going to take care of somebody and nurse them back to health. They're going to be a business owner. It's just phenomenal.
Yeah, and I know you are so proud of them, and
Really
I
phenomenal.
know you were like, Val, it hurts my feelings when they lose the game. I don't know, but I'm thinking, you know what? It's a beautiful thing when you're able to uh, be there and guide them in what they do. It's a big thing. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You just pointed to your ear. You can
I
hear
can't
me?
hear you. I'm on, but I can't hear you, Val.
You can't hear me. Okay. Well, make sure that you're plugged in. Our guest, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up. She's nodding. So she can hear me. If you can't hear me, then you probably have it plugged in wrong. So, okay. You want to try to correct so you can hear me? Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I don't know if you can hear me, but I just your volume's
I
not
hear
coming
you.
out.
I hear you very I no, I hear you very, very well. So I'm just trying to figure that out. So can you unplug your headphones so you can unplug your headphones? Where I guess we're having a little bit of a technical difficulty. So I'll see what we can do.
You want me to
So
go out and come back in?
yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Man, oh man, he just got a brand new microphone. I don't know if you all realize it. He's got a brand new microphone. So I'm like really excited for him. And that's exciting. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a break and then we're gonna come on back and we're gonna talk about the I don't want to call it the elephant in the room. It's the big topic that everyone's been talking about. So we'll go ahead and circle back and we'll be right back right after this. Woohoo!
Are you a small business owner looking to grow? Introducing the Key Spot mobile app. I'm Cynthia McAllister, owner of the IT company Quality SAP. Since 2016, we have been supporting small businesses and help them promote and share their businesses, services, and events across the country. KeySpot is more than just an app. We are a network providing community. KeySpot, connecting communities and supporting small businesses.
We are back. Can you hear me, Coach? Hopefully you can. Can you hear me? Turn up the volume on your microphone. Turn up the on your headphones. Turn that up. Okay. All right, can you hear me now? Because it's important that you're able to hear me. That's
I, I, I can hear you. I can hear you now.
okay. All
But
right, cool.
I can hear you. Anyway, I'm with you.
Okay, great, wonderful. We're gonna bring on our guests. I wanted to make sure that we had a conversation. Many of us have been chit chatting about what has been happening via the Super Bowl, and of course the some people don't realize what that's all about. But my writing mentor, I've been talking about my book, A DJ Saved My Life, and my writing mentor has been walking me through how to, number one, promote, and on top of that, she's been guiding others on how to write their books. She is someone who's raised 6 figures to produce her play that was off Broadway. And she'll go ahead and correct me if I'm wrong. But ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to make sure that I bring her out on our Talk on Tuesday stage. Her name is Monique Lisa Johnson. Hey, everyone. How you doing, Monique? It's Mo.
And we call around here Moj.
It's good to see you guys. Hey, Queen Val, hey, King Coach Tony, how you doing?
How you doing tonight, girl? I'm just coming off of a big thing I didn't mention, Val, when you asked me a moment ago. Something that's very sentimental. You see what I'm wearing? I'm stand up here so you can get a good look.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
okay. And what's that? Oh, breast
So
cancer. Oh no, what's
we
that?
had breast cancer awareness game. That's what we were. I want to send a big shout out tonight, really quick, to Bobette Brown, who is the marketing director with Ascension St. Thomas Healthcare out of St. Louis, helping putting together the fight for breast cancer. For the African American women, especially, breast cancer hits 65.9% versus 38% from Caucasian women. So, African American women, please go get checked. It is very prevalent in our society. And we put together a breast cancer game tonight to support the people who are survivors, who are fighters, who have done none of that. So I just want to tell you, we are all in this together. So I just want to make sure I let everybody know that.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and
Awesome.
yeah, so I think that is thank you so much for sharing that, and I really appreciate you going in and talking about that, because a lot of people there's people that are wearing red for Heart
Oh,
Awareness Month. They're doing that as well, and I know breast cancer awareness is, I think, in later in the year. I want to say October.
yeah,
October. You
basketball is different, Val. Basketball is totally different. We don't know. So in basketball, because basketball doesn't kick off to Thanksgiving, December,
Mhm.
basketball celebrates breast cancer during the month of February, late January or February. That's why when you're watching basketball games right now with South Carolina and Don Staley and all the major Division One schools, that's why you see them wearing pink. So ignore when you see what time that breast cancer is when you see basketball, because it comes through the seasons, and this is what we do. The basketball main guru is, if those who have a lot of knowledge, let you know this, and it is basically on Vivian Stringer. Coach Stringer, huge. And if those that don't know her, do the history, she was a basketball coach at HBCU, Cheney University in PA. She went on through, had a couple situations, got her kids to go, won a couple of national championships, and now we honor her as one of the highest ranking African American coaches in history. And the breast cancer game is named after her. So Mo,
Mhm.
that's what we're talking about.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of people don't know that there's a small percentage of men that also suffer from breast cancer.
There you go.
So, shout out to all the people who actually have that information and are able to help these men. Because, again, it's usually women that you hear about, but there are men who have breast cancer, yes. And are survivors, I should say.
Yes.
Yeah, so I wanted to kick this section off with Coach. We had talked about some of our favorite commercials of the
Mhm.
Super Bowl. One I'll get a chance to play is something very rare, is to see all women in a Nike commercial. Let me
Yeah,
go
I
ahead and
was pumped up about that, Val, before you play the commercial. We talk
mhm.
about, I talk about, and if you're on Monday nights on the Pull Up Podcast show, I hit you in your head with quarter by quarter of information and sports knowledge. I'm always pushing women in sports. And what Nike did at the Super Bowl hasn't been done in 2 decades, which is phenomenal for a brand like Nike. Since 2004, 2005, they focus on women's sports. But women's sports is exploding right now across the country. And when you see this commercial, Val, about to drop, you'll understand why.
Exactly. Let me see if I can bring it up. I have to bring it up on a different situation here. Let's see. Yeah, you're gonna do one of okay. I might have I had it all queued up, ready to go, and it is not showing up for me, which really is bothering me. Okay.
What's up,
Well,
Mark?
welcome to
Um,
Mark checking
technology.
in, saying what's up. What's up, Mark? He's on in the house tonight, saying what's going on, beautiful people. Hello, Mo. He's saying hello.
Hey.
How you doing? The powerful breast cancer commercial. Hey, Mark, I appreciate it, buddy. And by the way, get in touch with me because next week is fan appreciation night. And Mo, clear your schedule because you're gonna need to be up on my show too.
Oh, what day is that? I should know, right?
Next Monday night. Next Monday night. I got to get some females on my night. We talking sports, fan appreciation next Monday night on the Pull Up Podcast show.
Next Monday night. Oh, I think we have Oh, I guess we should be good because the Leaders Living Generously starts next week, but I think we should be good. You said
I
evening.
love that name. I love that name. Leaders Living Generously. I'm about to hear more about that.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
So
coming up.
what we're gonna do, I unfortunately it's not on an area that I can play it. We're gonna jump right into the conversation of the main hot topic of what is happening. So okay, Kendrick Lamar. we just
It's
we just
content in the house. Yeah. Yeah.
so when I think Live Nation and I think that's Jay-Z who heads it up, announced that he was going to be the headliner for the Super Bowl halftime show. This was the first time a
Hip
hip
hop
hop
artist.
artist, a solo hip hop artist, led the
Grace the
halftime
stage.
show for the Grace the Stage. Now, 3 years ago, he appeared with Dre, Dr. Dre, that is Snoop
Eminem.
Dogg, Eminem, and that performance won an Emmy.
Yep.
But here's the thing, a lot of people were kind of half and half. They knew what was happening, and some people didn't know what was happening. So, but I think if you got a chance to see a little bit of it, and this is something I know I have queued up, and I'm only going to show a few seconds of it. It was a lot of, oh, and I see somebody posted about breast cancer awareness fundraiser. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing that. Let's do a little clip from what happened on Sunday night. So that's all I can play. That's all I can do. That was me recording from the thing like that. I can't show too much.
I don't know about you and Mo, and I'll give you my answer. What's the one thing that you love about Kendrick Lamar?
His consciousness.
Okay, what about you, Mo?
I think for me is that he took a non-traditional route to get to where he is. Like he didn't allow what we would consider the norm in terms of how to even become an artist. I think his creativity, because that's our word, his creativity to be able to just come out and do what he needed to do and not follow someone else's roadmap. I think that's what I think.
Well, I want to tell you guys, you got to thank the show Rhythm and Flow that produced Pop Smoke. A couple of these guys, now Pop Smoke was produced. Then Kendrick dropped himself. And to me, at the time he came out, I'm a big time J. Cole fan. I love Nas by far. And J. Cole is the closest thing to Nas in our younger generation, storytelling and just putting stuff on compilation. But when Kendrick came out, Dr. Dre pulled him under his arms. It was a fabrication of Dre, Snoop, DOC, Eazy-E, Cube, rolled in one in a new 2023 format that now 2 years later exploded to geniusness. And I don't think that we, all of us, get what this young man is saying because he's so politically driven. Now, he reminds me so much of Childish Gambino and a Chance the Rapper in terms of what he's trying to get across, except he's coming with that Compton swagger and in an ex-Crip. So it portrays something totally different. And then you give him the biggest stage of all, the Super Bowl. And Val, I don't even know if you know this or Mo. Do you know that at one portion of the Super Bowl, the lights that dropped on the field formed the old Atari game we used to play? And the people dancing on stage had no idea where they were at, even in the game.
So So some of the commentary that I got out of the very beginning of the show was that there's a code on PlayStation, because I didn't know. I forgot. I don't know if you've seen a PlayStation controller. It's got a
I
triangle,
got one.
square, yeah, square, a circle. And
And
at
an
first
X.
I was thinking tic-tac-toe, and I'm like, no, he can't be. That's not it.
He took the
And so,
PlayStation, he put the
mhm.
diamond, the circle, the square, and he finished up with the X. And I'm gonna tell you about the X in a minute.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so the conversation that was coming out was saying that there's a code that you can put into PlayStation, and it's supposed to give you a safe passage. It's like a God passage. And at the very beginning, he was kneeling as if he was praying. And
Right.
I took notice to everything. Now Samuel L. Jackson introduced him and as Uncle Sam.
Yeah, he
So,
was.
and you have Samuel L. Jackson. I'm thinking to myself, his name is Sam, but I'm like, why are you portraying Uncle Sam? And so, just in the first 1 minute, there's
Mm-hmm.
like 4 or 5 things coming at you, and if you're not looking, you're trying to be entertained, because that's what we're all doing. We're looking to be
Hold on.
entertained,
Back up before
but
you
we
go
got
there,
to do
Pat.
that. Hmm.
Back up before you go there. Let me ask you the question. I'm gonna throw it out here. I had one of my
Okay.
guys that's tight with me. He's at the show who
Hmm.
actually works. My son's in this industry, and I was going through some stuff. He threw some things at me, telling me because he worked behind the scene. So, did you understand what Samuel Jackson was saying to Kendrick Lamar as he set those songs up, and he said what he
Oh,
said as dressed as Uncle Tom?
very much. He at the beginning says it's your uncle, and then he pointed to himself, Sam, and this is the great American game. Though
Mm.
that was his opening
Mm.
words. Queen Monique.
Keep
Yeah.
going, but
This
you're missing the biggest part. Keep going.
oh, so when he introduced himself, and
Right.
anytime he came back, it was, okay, we want to make sure that you stay on the right track. Don't upset American the way you're supposed to do. Stay in your place, boy. Don't do anything, because he's representing. You're looking at this black face of a man being Uncle Sam, but Uncle Sam is a white man. Well, that's what the representation of it, and he's representing the government, representing all of these things. And he's like, "You're doing good." Even down the road, he's like, "You're doing good." So stay on this road and don't mess
Mhm.
up. And so it's that
Yeah.
consistent thing that comes back and tells black folks, please stay in your place. Don't get too controversial. And at the very beginning, Kendrick says, you picked the right stage, but the wrong guy. I really clinged on to that.
Yeah, that
Moni,
was.
did you catch that? Did you catch
What you
that,
think
I
about
Monique?
that,
did.
Mo?
I
What you think
did.
about that, Mo?
You know what? To be honest, I know that there's a demographic of people that know everything about Kendrick Lamar. Let me grab some water.
Mhm. Of course they do. They love him.
Get your water.
Let me listen. Let me clear my throat. Hold on.
Right. Let me clear my throat. And hey, don't get me started.
First
There
of
you go.
all, I can say that I did not really know what was happening until I understood what was happening. Because at first I'm like, okay, cool. I've never seen him live. I've seen just clips here, clips there. I said, okay, I've never seen him live. And at first I was like, okay, okay, this is he's not performing. He's telling us something. And when I saw Samuel L. Jackson and he was dressed like Uncle Sam, I went, So I had to lean in because I was expecting a performance, but what I got was a message. And it was huge because at the end, when it said game
And that wasn't
over,
Grandmaster Flash message either. That was a message.
no, that right. He was really, I think he was really tapping into the entire climate and temperature of the United States. He was really, really tapping in, but you don't catch that at first because at first you're like, man, that was. That wasn't really a Super Bowl performance, but it wasn't entertainment. It was truly him saying, we got to really pull this thing together. I'm
Right.
not your houseboy. I'm not any of those things. Right stage, wrong person. It's going down. He said
Right.
the revolution will be televised.
He
And that was
did.
like
He sure did.
so
I'm glad you
so
pointed that out.
so
Yeah.
let's rewind it. Let's rewind. I'm gonna throw some boomerangs at you guys. So as my guys pointed out, we worked the stage a little bit at the Super Bowl. Had a couple kids here. Shout out to a couple schools that took some kids down. Val was on the right track, and you definitely hit it, Mo, right there. So as Samuel Jackson is playing Uncle Sambo, right? What he's telling him at the beginning is that you're doing a good job. You stand in your lane, but you're stirring up some controversy over here. So keep doing what you're doing, but calm down. And then if you notice, that's when he dropped one of the new tracks with the "If This World Is Mine" by Luther Vandross.
Luther,
Right?
yeah.
And so he dropped that track to try to calm down because the man can't stand us when we spit hip hop and Flavor Flav on a high tip, right? Public Enemy. Don't believe the hype. Yeah, right? Because they told you back in the day in 89, 89 is the number. Another summer.
Get
Down with the
down.
funky drummer, right? Let's go. PE told you this a long time ago. Ice Cube and Easy E told you, F the police, because they doing such and such. So it was in 89. George Floyd was just killed a couple years ago. So when they came at
2020.
bingo. And so when they came at this young brother on the political side of the house, he's like, oh, this is what they want to hear. So he went from the hard rap and he started spitting out the new tracks. And I told Val that he was not going to end with, with the new track. I told him he was going to end with something else because he got to put that next track out there, which is what he did. So when he started doing that, he put us in a PlayStation game, that controller. Because why? Because the man is already saying they control us. And we're confused. So Val, when you got the circle, which is the go button, if anybody ever played PlayStation, the diamond on the top, if you're playing NBA Live or football, that's the pass jump button. The X button at the bottom, then the 0. So when Samuel was saying, keep on spitting, you're doing a good job. Then he said, wait a minute, hold on. I'm from Compton. Now, the crazy part about the brothers he had marching, I don't know if you guys realize this or not, Mo, those were the significations of Crips and Bloods uniting, coming out of Compton, coming across the world. Whites, which is supposed to be the signification of the flag, it just shows that we are all over the place in the United States. And then when you look at the field, when he kept performing, and Val, I thought you were going to get to that a minute ago, you saw the X at the end. Well, you already know he had on the one track, who was the one artist who he had on it?
SZA.
And who was the other person he had come on stage and Crip Walk?
Serena.
And then at the end he had the X. So that became SZA, Serena, and X. Do you guys know what that represented?
No. What does it represent?
Those
Southwest
were
by
all,
Southwest.
and those are all Drake's 3 X's.
I didn't. Well, you know what?
So you
I
got
only
to
knew
pick
about
up that subliminal
Serena.
message. So
I
Drake,
only knew about Serena. I didn't know about
and,
SZA.
and he also dated SZA.
I didn't know
So
that.
Drake dated SZA, and he dated Serena, and then Kendrick killed him. So in a baseball game, if you get 3 X's, what do you have?
Strike.
Strikeout.
Right?
You strike out. So
like it. I like
Drake
it.
was performing, I don't know if you guys knew this, in Australia during the time, the Super Bowl halftime show. And the Super Bowl halftime show went live as he was coming on stage in Australia and threw his whole thing around. He then ended up making another diss track live at his performance in Australia about SZA and Serena, saying that why you got to worry about your ex when you make more money than them? Because you know why? because you still don't get the point, brother. You still don't get it. You in Canada. You in Canada. You don't get the point of what's going on around here. And all of a sudden we get the 47 that come in the office telling I'm not down with the 2025 plan and walk in the office and sign 175 executive orders. Come on, man. Let's talk tonight.
So Coach, now that the 3 X's, I didn't get that. Mo,
No,
did you
I
get
didn't.
that?
I mean, so the thing about it is that I know Drake has dated everybody, including their mom. That I know. But I did not know about SZA. Serena, I think I briefly remembered that because Drake, like Common, has dated a lot of women. They probably dated all the same women.
Yep.
And so those are the things. See, those are the things that are in their personal life that just come to the forefront just because they're celebrities and they're out or whatever. But
And
it's
Serena
those
was basically
under.
walking on that, letting know I'm straight.
I
Because Serena
saw.
letting know I'm straight out of company.
But you know what's so funny? Delano, my husband, didn't think that was her. He was like, that wasn't her. He was like,
Man, come
that's
on
not
now.
her.
She was
I
like,
said,
hey,
that was Serena.
thick, thick,
But it's
thick,
the
thick, thick,
messages.
thick as barbecue sauce.
Listen. It was all those messages. And you really have to start putting it together because he was rapid fire. Even if he was
Oh,
doing a new song, and even if the new song wasn't as fast as the other one, he was rapid fire with that thing. He really was.
Right.
SZA, she has on the red, Serena had on the blue, and then
correct.
Kendrick, he
Crip
was kind
and
of like in
blood.
the middle.
Correct. Crip and blood, and let you know. The thing is on that home front, let me break
Yeah.
that down real quick. America looks at the old school ways of the Chicagos, the New Yorks, and the LAs and the Miamis, ran by the mob back in the day. So if you got us running around, us being black folks running around in a PlayStation game, white folks at the particular point think this is where we need to be. Because the country actually comes down to between the have and have-nots, right? And the middle class fall out in the middle. They're the people that got some but don't have it all, but they doing well for themselves, right? We all know that. So when he looks at this and he's trying to point out, he's letting Drake know, listen, man, brother, this ain't even about me and you. I got both of your exes on stage, but where you at? They rolling with me. So 3 exes, brother, you strike out. And I'm at the Super Bowl. But I want to let everybody know this ain't even about, this is about divisiveness. This is about what the country is taking us through. And you don't put another guy in the office who's now trying to deport the Latinos. And if he could, try to desegregate everything or put everything that was put in the calendar for African-American people to do away with. How did you walk in and talk about do away with this, this, and that? So that's why Kendrick Lamar put those out, because when you look at the flag, everything is all in order, right? The stars in the upper left-hand corner, the red, blue, and white runs beautiful. That's the flag right there. And it's all over the place, representing what we got going on right now in our country.
So go ahead.
I would say you just brought up a good point, Coach Tony, because when he had the flag laid out as the dancers, he came right up the middle, and so it was showing that this flag, the flag was split. So the country is split. So the un-United States of America. I noticed that. I did notice that. Yeah.
And the one thing that I wanted to jump in on is that a lot of people did not catch this, and some people mentioned this as well. There was a part of the song that and I'll go right to the lyric that he's talking. Now this is the most rewatched halftime show as of 8:00 Eastern time, 38 million views on an NFL YouTube channel.
And PWI still didn't get it, man.
Yeah. And he's doing a song. He's doing the song called "I Deserve It All." Now, this is on his latest album that just got released last month. You want the famous me or the dangerous me?
Exactly.
And why do you deserve the greatest of all time? He puts that question in, and then just before he goes into the song, "Not Like Us," he tells the girl, say, "Are you gonna really do it?" Because he teases at first, and then he pulls back. And
but do you know why? Because
of the suit. Because of the suit.
Because they didn't want him to do that. No, they didn't want him to do that song.
They didn't want him to do it at all. And that's what Samuel Jackson jumped in and said, "You're doing good. Now just keep going.
Stay on point.
Stay on point."
And I'm gonna throw a curveball at you and Mo. Let me ask you this. Behind everything that you saw, behind all the performance you've seen, who is the one person that never had to step on stage and never had to do anything and was the main reason why Kendrick is doing what he's doing?
Oh, Trump.
Nope.
Who?
Dr. Dre.
That's a good question.
Dr. Dre. Now, why you say Dr. Dre? Let me stop
So
the
Dr.
video.
Dre laid out the track, Val. Dr. Dre laid out this track. Dr. Dre broke this stuff down, and Dr. Dre has Kendrick Lamar signed to his label. So putting him up in that, Kendrick Lamar is the new Snoop from '89 in Deep Cover. When Dre dropped Snoop in Deep Cover, and everybody on this was listening tonight, if you have never watched that movie, go watch the movie Deep Cover. And when you hear that soundtrack, that is Snoop Dogg's first track he ever had in his life, and he went from there. Deep Cover was Lawrence Fishburne about a drug dealer out of New York that they couldn't control, and it all came down. And they had a lot of brothers in that movie. It was right after the Scarface situation from New York, like Scarface dealt with Miami. So when Dr. Dre put this out, Val, he put Kendrick Lamar on a pedestal that no one's going to be able to touch. And that's why, as Mo said, they didn't know he was going to do the song. Now, with the lawsuit pending, that was a toss, right? Because if Mo got a lawsuit against me, and I know she got a lawsuit against me, I'm taking a chance saying anything because I don't know how it's going to go. He didn't worry about that. And he said it.
He said it in the lyrics, Coach. He said, "You know they like to sue. Should I do this?" And he said it in the lyric, and I'm like, "Wow, you know what you're doing." But just before he launched into doing it, he states, it's 40 acres and a mule," and he says this is bigger. And let me make this point. 40 acres and a mule. This is bigger than the music. He states that it's bigger than the beat.
So I'm gonna tell you what he was. I'm gonna tell you what he was actually saying. So let's go back a few weeks ago. What was the biggest controversy 2 weeks ago? Let me see. What's this? February? 3 weeks ago, when Trump took house and had his big old Sabingo. What was the biggest controversy in the country?
Wasn't it that Snoop and a few other people were going to perform when they had already said a couple of years ago they called other people Uncle Tom for performing?
Exactly. And Snoop got the pay. And Mo, who is Snoop signed to?
Is he still with Dr. Dre?
No, he's
Dr. Dre, and he owns Death Row. So
he owns Death Row Records.
At the end of the day, what you guys have got to understand is that when he says, "Oh, they like to sue," we're not worried about it because you know why? If I ain't got the money, if Snoop ain't got the money, if Dre ain't got the money, we just perform for Trump and these boys. I know Google got the money. I know Facebook got the money. I know Meta got the money. I know Amazon got the money. Hey,
Apple got the money.
Hey, go ahead, drop that track. We got you.
Well,
Mo,
you know what the truth,
say what you want to say,
of the
Mo.
matter.
I got you.
But think about it. The people who would do anything like this know that they have the money way before it happens. They're willing to take on the penalty. You think about when Michael Jordan wasn't supposed to wear the sneaker and they took the penalty. They were like, "Listen, if that's we got it."
And now
because
what happened?
Making a statement.
And now what happened, Mo? What happened with Jordan now? You got kids who wasn't even around when Jordan was there wearing Jordan brand. Look, let me tell you something. Hold on. I just got a brand new pair. I just picked up some Jordan.
So I have a pair that's this big because my son had them at 6 months, and it's this big. And he'll be 30. So I know, yeah.
And you know, and that's the thing. And like Jules said, exactly, Coach Tony, that movie. When people go back and they look at these things, these Super Bowl. But you know the funny part about it? Here's the funny part about it. Who's going to get an opportunity to take the biggest credit over everybody?
Dre?
Nope.
The biggest credit? I guess Kendrick.
The biggest credit of all is going to go to who?
Kendrick.
Nope.
Oh, no, the NFL.
Nope.
Jay-Z?
Bingo, Jay-Z. The biggest credit of all is going to Jay-Z. Why? Because he was in New Orleans, and you know as well as I know, Mo, and let me hear from y'all tonight when I say what I'm about to say. If we got Make him say, na 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 na
Na,
na
na,
na
na.
na na. Hey, girl, you look good. Won't you bag that thing up, right? And Lil Wayne, come on. If we would have did a New Orleans anthem, it would have been a party. It would have been a great shebango. White folks would have loved it, blacks, because they understand the 80s, 90s music. The reason why this was a controversy and people didn't know what the hell they listened to, and some white folks had to ask what was going on. Even some black folks didn't understand because when Sam Jackson jumps up, that was Dango Unchained. For those that haven't watched that,
That
Google
was
that movie.
Django, straight
Dango
up,
Unchained.
completely.
Go watch the movie and you'll understand what Samuel Jackson is saying. And then when Kendrick came on, then Val, it tied everything up because now it makes it look like Jay-Z made a hell of a choice. He made a beautiful choice to bring Kendrick Lamar to a world stage. And thank you, Dr. Dre, for making sure that the beats and everything is on. And thank you, Kendrick Lamar, for opening up the eyes of the American country while we're going through turmoil.
And if you guys notice this picture here, this was also pointed out in a couple of commentaries that I watched earlier, is that this was set up like a prison yard. Do you all see that? I didn't see it.
Yeah, so and what's the biggest prison in California, Val?
I don't know. Can
Come
you tell
on, you
me?
better talk to me. What is it, Mo?
You know what? The name just, I know because they always
I'm
talk
gonna
about
tell you.
Alcatraz?
Alcatraz. Is it Alcatraz?
San Quentin.
It's San
Come
Oh,
Quentin.
on
San
now.
Quentin.
Come on, I keep my ears to the
It,
street, guys. I keep it to the streets.
I lost my train of thought because I was thinking, oh man, Alcatraz was the first thing I was thinking, but San Quentin.
Alcatraz is up in San Fran, out in the middle of the ocean. I've been there, checked it out, visited it. It's closed down. San Quentin is where everybody's going until recently it got closed down and all that. And by the way, Val, our girl Shelly Rossi, what's up, Shelly? Shelly, thanks for checking in. Appreciate you on the show
And
tonight.
we also want to say that Kenny Groom came on. He said, glad this came across my feed, Val. This Kendrick performance has tons of replay value due to imagery. So
and Shelly, Shelly
definitely.
said, Val, she don't understand. She's like, I don't understand. Basically, Shelly, baby, what you're looking at your back door, because I know you out in Cali. Thanks for being on the Pull Up Podcast. But you got a artist in Kendrick Lamar, who is basically now, Mo, you and Val, correct me if I'm wrong, but Kendrick Lamar is the public enemy from our time. Because PE and Flavor Flav put it on in our time, where the FBI had to investigate them until NWA took it to a whole nother level. You know,
this is true.
and Kendrick Lamar gets
It's
an
true.
opportunity to talk from free speech. And now that he's
But you
got
know
that free
why?
speech,
But you know why, Coach Tony? Let me tell you why. Because the artists of color who just entertain are not a threat. But the
right,
artists of color who are conscious, who are like,
yeah.
listen, I'm going to use this platform to make sure that we understand that we are not helpless and that
And
we
what's the
are
favorite
not
word? What's the
woke.
famous verse? Are you entertained?
Are you entertained? Yeah, yeah. Because that's the thing. For the most part, if you don't know his music, you may only know his hits. And so
Right,
you're probably expecting, okay, he's just going to do his hits and he's going to be gone. He's out. But what
exactly.
he did was he used the platform to really make a statement. And I
Correct.
think I'm going left a little bit. I think let me think. There are a few filmmakers who, when they have a platform, what they do is considered buffoonery. I'm gonna leave it right there.
Right.
It's
There you
considered
go.
buffoonery. But then you
That's
have
right. Yeah.
others who it's like they're using the platform and it's considered there's a message and I'm trying to reach my people and I'm trying to make sure I'm saying something of value. So the ones who really are catapulted are the ones who are entertaining, but the ones who are actually saying something, they either kind of, their stuff kind of slowly disappears because it's too conscious, or
Right.
it becomes completely mainstream, but it's controversy.
Yeah, exactly.
you
Let me ask
know
you a question for you and Val. Did either one of you guys see the post of the young brother that was in the stands when Kendrick Lamar was performing Not Like Us? who had to break down lyric for lyric, sentence for sentence, and verse for verse to this white gentleman that was sitting next to him. And the white man was just had no idea. And he was telling them what was going on. And Kendrick Lamar would spit the verse and he would say, okay, here's what he's actually saying. Did you guys see that?
I didn't see that.
So
No,
Val,
no.
so Mo, you wasn't on one night. Me and Val did this little thing that Val and me, we sit on after the show was over one night, talked about this particular song that Drake and DJ Khaled did when with Jay-Z, and I had to break down some things with Val was going over, and it was pretty cool.
I broke down some things from that song. I think I know what song you're talking about. It's God Did. And I said,
yeah,
and Val was like, wow.
And I said on Jay-Z and Jay-Z's verse, he switched it and said, Hov did. He was talking about himself.
And Val didn't like some things, and me and her talked, man, we were on the phone for about another 40, 50, 60 minutes after the show. Was crazy. So what you got to realize with this performance, Kendrick Lamar knew everyone was not going to get in the message because we are Americans and everyone don't even get the political message that's going on right in front of your face. So if you're not going to get the political message that's going on in front of your face, you sometimes have to have a new genre. Now, again, it could be a different rap artist. It could have went with country music. It could have went with old school rock and roll or 80s pop. But was the message going to be there? No. Everybody would have just boogied and have fun and had a good old time. I love this. You know why? Because we love what, guys? Controversy. We love when you go make a TikTok video, you can go do the best job you can. You're great. But if you make a damn TikTok video and fall out of the truck on your face, on your head, somebody laughs at you and repost that, it's 1 million views. That's the funniest damn thing that somebody wants to see. But they missed the message that you were trying to give before you fell off the truck. And I think what Kendrick Lamar did is said, okay, we got a gentleman in the White House that used your vote to get him back. And now he got it. He know he only have 36 months left. He gonna do whatever he gotta do. So in the meanwhile, I'm gonna give it to you like this. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, because if any of you guys play the game of chess, what's the most vulnerable piece on the chessboard? The pawn. The pawn. So I'm gonna put Drake out there because he's just a pawn, because me and him already been warned. So now I'm gonna put him on a national stage and I'm gonna destroy him. And that's why Drake said I'm suing.
Right. And isn't he trying to sue UMG?
And they're both under Universal Music, Monique. They're both under Universal Music. So and a lot of people, if you just look at the surface, you see SZA, you see Serena, and you think, oh, this is him making a jab. Now he even looks at the camera during Not Like Us and says, hey Drake, he's smiling. Like
right. He just had to eliminate those verses, Val. He couldn't publicly say those verses about he was a pedophile.
He didn't use a word. He used a different word. Yeah, but I will say this: he did get a chance to perform my favorite song that I became. I really liked it. What is this? All the Stars with him and SZA.
Oh, from Black Panther 1,
The Black Panther, right? And that song got me through some tough times. But the lyrics in that, because a friend of mine that I'm close to said, Val, even if you go to his verse, it's like he's dissing somebody in that too. I said, he's dissing Drake. I thought
no. Hold on.
Does it go back that far? I hope not, but
it goes back that far on a few people. But I'm telling you, and I don't know about you, Mo, if you ain't listening to that doggone "If This World Is Mine" with that Luther remix, I'm telling you, slipping. Because Mo is so crazy, Mo. Me and Val was going back and forth, and I told Val he's not going to finish with this. He's not going to. He's going to do another track, and I knew he was because he's got a national stage. And not like us, it's already out there. It's hot. Everybody knows about that. But if I'm an artist and I need to keep going, I need to give you the next track. So I'm gonna give you a snippet of it. So you're like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. I heard it at the Super Bowl. Now he's gonna drop that track within the next 3 to 4 weeks. I guarantee you, And that's going to be the new track. He's eventually got to get away from Not Like Us and keep this album moving.
Well,
Right.
if you think about it, though, the Super Bowl has been a place where many people have tried new things. Janet
Yeah.
and Justin Timberlake. They
Hey,
tried
Oh, that
new
I was trying to
things.
watch that because Janet had a slip up. I was like,
What you was looking for? And
what
that's the
happened,
thing.
girl?
Everybody knows that that's the place where you've got millions of
watch.
captive
They're like
audiences.
this.
And so if you're going to entertain, like, if you think about what Beyonce did, she was
Yes.
making a statement as well. When the girls had
Yes.
the Afro wigs on, she was making a statement. With Prince was making a statement. And so
Yes.
everybody knows that if you are going to be on that stage, if there is if there's a
Opportunity.
point that you're trying to, if there's a point you're trying to get crossed, that's the stage to do it on.
Yeah.
And then I think the year when it was 50 Cent, Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, that
Eminem.
was it
Eminem.
was Eminem. That was entertainment. There wasn't
Correct.
really any
And
necessarily.
where was that Super Bowl at? What was that Super
Los
Bowl at?
Angeles.
It
Los
was in
Angeles.
LA. So again, it was in LA.
Yeah.
Jay-Z knew it's never been in LA in a long time. Things been going on. Bring it back. And best thing to do is bring Cali back alive. Let Drake do his thing. But you bring it to New Orleans and you bring it's such turmoil. And a new presidency, an old one going out, and one that should have reran and he got kicked out. A sister girl go ahead. Nobody thinks she can make it. There's too much stuff going on in this country right now. I just seen on the news last night that there was a robbery in San Francisco that they've had restaurants and stores robbed for 165,000 eggs. Do you understand what I'm saying? Eggs.
That's a lot of
They,
eggs.
they robbing. So I got the dude on the news said he had a store for 18 years, never been robbed. And when he came in, he was robbed for nothing but his eggs. They've already sold 165,000 eggs because they think something going on with this bird flu. So there's so much going on in this country. And when you got a political artist like Kendrick Lamar that can basically take the Ice Cubes, the NWAs, the Public Enemy, the Wu-Tang, the Jay-Z, the Biggie Smalls, and roll them all up into one, and you still got a Dr. Dre making beats for you that's going to give you a great beat. People are going to want to bop to it. All I need you to do is hit me in the head. He didn't give a damn if you dance to it. He's trying to send a message, and the message is, America, we got to get our stuff together, because here it is, even our two neighboring countries in Canada and Mexico don't even want to mess with us no more. So if we can't understand what's going on, and you looking at the red, white, and blue, he's already got the flag looking good right there, blue in the upper left-hand corner, representing all the Crips, and then the red. The other underlying message that the people didn't catch, Mo and Val, was that if I can unite the Crips and the Bloods to come together and unify, why can't we unify the country? That's the message that the people didn't get.
You know what you
And
noticed though? What you noticed though, when he did the flag, there were no stars.
No stars, because you know why? Because America's made up. If you're black in this United States, you're supposed to be what? An athlete or an entertainer, right? I'm just dead serious. If you Google it, we're supposed to be athletes and entertainers. Anything outside of that, we can't do it. So you take the stars off, Mo.
But I'm looking at the flag now, at how it was made, and yeah, I'm noticing there are no stars in there.
There's no stars.
No stars.
No.
There's no star, because he's basically saying we don't have no star. What we got is a flag. We just got a country. We're not even unified. So I can't put the original 13 colonies on here. He could have done that. He could have put 13 people in a circle right there, but he didn't.
Wow.
If we're not unified enough. So that's why, Val, go back to your earlier comment. When he put the flag together, when he came out, you see him right there in the middle. He split the flag in half.
Yeah.
Everybody moved. Yeah, I saw
And
that.
if you want to get super technical about it, back in the day when Biggie Small and Tupac was warring, what was the country warring on? Or what parts of the country?
East and West.
Bingo, East Coast versus West Coast. And during that time, Mo, Chicago got a new name. You know what they used to call us?
I don't want to think about it. Was it Chirac? I hope not.
No, no, that's way before Chirac. They should call us the Mid Coast. So during all that time, you had the West
Okay.
Coast, the East Coast, and Chicago became the Mid Coast at that time. That was early to mid '90s, and
Okay.
and because Chicago didn't really have a war with anybody, and that's when, as you say, Common was doing his thing here, there, to here. We had Twister, we had our boy Crucial Conflict, Do or Die, and all of a sudden, to move to Val's point of view, now Chicago leads the country in music with Lil Durk, G Herbo, and all these boys doing different things. So this is why Kendrick Lamar is saying, well, slow down, wait a minute. We got so much stuff going on. And I don't know the last time you and Val have been out the country, Val, but we're still one of the only places in the world that will call you an African American woman, call me an African American man, call this person a Latino, call that person a white person, call that person this, and that. When I just got back from Europe last year, they are all considered, Europeans, all considered Brits in Great Britain, in London there, all considered Germans, all considered this. Go to Mexico. The only thing about Mexico, you have to change it. When you come to the U.S., we separate.
Well,
So
go ahead,
go ahead.
Val. Okay, I was gonna say that I believe it was somewhere in the 70s where the population of Europeans was not what they wanted it to be. And
Correct.
so that's why everybody that came from
Migrate
Italy, yeah, everyone that came from Italy, if you came from Poland, if you came from Ireland, you came here and you became
to New York.
white. But when you're in your other country, they don't consider themselves that. You're
Correct.
Polish, you're
Correct.
Irish, you're Swedish,
Correct.
so that's the thing. And
You're
when you
Italian.
come here, right, and when you come here, you only have what you've seen on television when you encounter people of color. And so the people expect you to entertain. They expect you to be an athlete. They expect you to do certain things or be domestic or work in a fact. They expect that. And
Yes.
so the mindset is stay in your place.
Stay in your
Stay
lane.
in your place. Stay in
Stay in
your
your lane.
lane. Just like when the athletes wanted to strike, they weren't happy about something. And then
Exactly. Shut up
said,
and dribble, Mo. Shut up and
yeah,
dribble.
yeah. Somebody said you should be happy. Anytime somebody says you should be happy,
That we
they
letting you
start
do
off with
this.
that. You
Yep.
know that's not going to end good. That statement. Now you should be happy that I'm letting you add that
Correct.
letting you and see what happens.
And
Yeah.
don't keep
Exactly.
talking about I don't like the black people. I do. I got a couple of friends.
Oh, that part right there. That part right there is absolutely
Yeah.
bananas. I
Yeah.
don't like that at all. And here's the thing, when you speak up and this was kind of the thing that I want to make sure that I go back to. Uh, Uniting Bloods and Crips. That was something I think Tupac was in the process of doing. And I
Snoop
think
Dogg.
unfortunately that's unfortunately that's what Nipsey Hussle got taken out of here for.
Yep.
Anytime there was some kind of unity that was happening of those particular gangs, whomever that was famous, and he was generating jobs for folks in
Yeah,
LA.
but they, they,
And
they
they are
just
the
weren't
most,
high enough, though, Val. They weren't high enough. I don't care if you and
yeah.
Mo create jobs and give me a job working on the L or downtown fixing potholes. If you're not the man that's a shot caller, you're not the one that's telling you don't make that move. I don't care if you're an entertainer. You're not. You can't make that move. That's why it's crazy in Kendrick's lyrics and They Not Like Us when he says, dude, you got to go back to cell block one. And oh, by the way, the next time you come perform in Cali, make sure this be your last one. You got to understand what he's saying, meaning that you can't even do another show in California without checking in.
Mm.
You
But
got
you
to
know
check
what,
in.
Val? But you know what, Val? But she made a good point. There were people who were able to unite the Crips and the Bloods way before the rappers got involved.
Tookie Williams and
But
all them did. A
but
couple of
think
people did.
about it. No, but think about it. If they're not fighting, then you don't need the police.
Correct. Correct.
So there was
And
Wow.
if
always
they're
there
not
was
fighting,
always yeah, but there was always infiltration.
yep.
Remember, you people have to try to justify having those positions. because they were united. It was like, I stay on my side, you stay on your side. There's this community center. We come in. When you come, that's safe ground, that's ground zero, that's neutral. But
Right.
there was always infiltration. So if people
Exactly.
aren't fighting, then you can't justify having police.
But let me tell you something. I'm gonna see what you and Val think about this. My boy threw at me today. He was like, Tony, the crazy part about it, it ain't nothing that you guys talking about. The man's out there going to continue to do what he's got to do. You know why the man is really scared?
Why?
Because the majority of men that's got daughters are marrying black athletes.
Oh, but you know
Oh,
what
okay.
though? That's a two tier. That's two tiers.
It's very much a
Because
two-tier because that
think
population is growing.
about it. If you have a black athlete and he marries a white woman, the children become lighter, and that's how you help to get rid of the black family.
Correct.
Think about
Because
it. You
that population
Wow.
is growing and doing its thing. But the
and the
other piece
money,
of it,
but the money doesn't stay either. The
exactly.
money doesn't
And
stay.
more they trying to change it. Because you know as well as I know when me, you and Val grew up, if they said you had a one drop of black blood in your body, you was considered to be black. Now that's gone. Tiger Woods killed that years ago, right?
You got jokes.
He's
You got.
Carbolinasian. Carbolinasian, something like that.
Oh my gosh.
No, no, but it's true. How do you get rid of a race? And Spanish people have been drinking that Kool-Aid for the longest time.
Correct.
You better your race. How do you better your race by
Do you
disappearing?
know? I'm glad you said that. I got a couple homies that's on that side out doing some things. To ask you and Val this question. In the country of Mexico, how do you know when you are a pure-born Mexican and you can be called a Mexican as opposed to being called a Guatemalan, Venezuelan, San Salvadoran, Belizean, Puerto Rican? How do Mexicans consider that you are a Mexican? Do you guys know?
I have no
How
idea.
how light your
So,
father is? I don't know. Has
not
something
at
to do with
all.
the
I
father?
have no
Okay,
idea.
what is that?
So you can take this to the bank and take it to your friend if you got any Latinos. Como está, señorita? So
Oh my
if you
gosh.
got that,
Here you go.
in order to be called a Mexican, pure-blooded,
Mhm.
your family of descendant must have been born in the city of Mexico City in order to be done that. Other than that, that's why when you go to South America and you ask people, where are you from? They say, oh, I'm Venezuelan. I'm San Salvadoran. I'm
Mm.
Guatemalan, right? I'm from Belize.
Mhm.
But if you're born from Mexico, they say, well, I'm Mexican. Ask any of your Mexican friends, anybody you know is that Latino. The only way you can use that to be said, and that's why if you find a pure Puerto Rican or Venezuelan and you call them Mexican, they ready to fight because they're like, dude, I'm not a Mexican. That ain't me.
Mm, mm.
None of
Yeah,
that. So,
yeah.
but when you get to those countries and you see that, and you made a great point earlier, Mo, you were sitting in London. I'm a Brit. You sit in Paris. I'm French. Sit in Germany. I'm a German. But when you come to this country, first question somebody walk up on you, they meet you, Mo, what's the first thing they say? Where you
Where
from?
you
What
from?
are you? Where
Mhm.
you
Where you
from?
from?
Yeah.
Where you from? Oh,
And
where's your
then they
family
go from there.
from?
Where
Yeah,
your family from?
yeah.
And depending on
Yeah.
how you answer that question, the stereotypical thing comes from there. If I
Mm-hmm.
say, oh, I'm from Chicago, straight out the hood, wow. They say, but if I say, oh, I'm born and raised in Beverly Hills, California, really? Oh my, okay. What's your parents? Actors? You know, we have that stereotypical mentality in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
if we don't unite somehow, some way, and figure out why young brothers like a Kendrick Lamar at 20 something years old has got to feed a message to a country of millions, which we're supposed to be the one country that everybody want to come to. And this is what we got going on. We are in bad
Mm-hmm.
shape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
No,
are.
no, this is true. This is true. But our country is built on capitalism and
There you go.
exploitation. Capitalism and exploitation. It don't get no better than that.
Right. I'm gonna make money off of you by exploiting you. Or
Yeah, other countries.
I'm gonna exploit you and then get the paper from that.
Well, think about it. Other countries, medical is free, school is free, housing is free, and you're not looked at upon as though it's welfare. It's like,
Correct.
no, you're a citizen, so we're gonna take care of you.
Let me tell you
Whereas
something.
here, it ain't like that.
Let me tell you
And
something. I played
Mark
ball.
Mark Lee said most of us don't know our country of origin.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
But
there's
Mark,
a
the only thing I can say to that, Mark, is this: historical facts. We only make up 20% of the country. Our Latino brothers make up about 18 and a quarter, and they're catching up quickly, especially in places like Houston. So if between black and brown, making up about 44, 43, 45% of this country, and the rest is the majority mixed in with probably 2.5 or something else. Right now, the majority, which is those male white men, are very, very in an area where they are confused because they are a losing generation right now because their daughters are coming over to the other side of the fence. And some of those sons are coming over because why? Some of those white kids are coming over because of hip hop, not because they want to, just because they're born in this hip hop era. Some of these kids, they hang out with one another. I'm telling you, because I'm dealing with them all day. And I'm telling you, Mo and Val, they don't give a damn that they black or white or black. They are hip hop kids. They talk to you about the same thing. Hey, what's your Instagram? Hey, what's your likes looking like? Hey, hit me up. What's your social? They don't care about that. And the white kid will walk down the block and use the N word. And I told my son this other day, we use the N word with a group of black kids that he's associated with only because that white kid is born and raised in that same neighborhood and they grow up and that terminology becomes the same. But the other white kid who's not in that neighborhood, a suburbanite, trying to make a name for himself, would try to use that to become cool. And if you allow both of them to continue to do that, then that's status quo. And that's where we got a problem. And that's why Kendrick Lamar was saying, hey, it's inside my DNA. That verse in that record, you can say what you want, but it's inside my DNA. I ain't got to fake like I want this. It's inside my DNA.
Yeah, and let me jump in here real quick. So there is a scene from one of my favorite films. I want to Sugar Hill. I don't know, Monique. You remember
I
the
love
film
Sugar.
with
Yes.
Michael Wright and
Yes.
Wesley Snipes? Yes.
Yes.
So there was the scene that let me get this out, Coach.
Set it up. Come on.
So there's a scene where Wesley Snipes and who is this? Michael Wright. You know, they're brothers and they're dealing. So they're trying to deal with some African dealers. And he says, well, I don't really deal with an akata. And then Wesley Snipes says, wait, stop. What is this akata stuff? I don't know what it means. And then the guy says, it means cotton picker. And right after that, Wesley Snipes' character, gets a fist and he knocks him on out or whatever. Snaps. And I was just thinking, oh, is that the mentality? Is that what we got to break out of? And I'm telling you, just from everything about the Super Bowl performance, it's breaking out of that akata mentality. And at the very end, he says, turn the TV off. The stage goes black and it says game over. But it's not over. The revolution is not about his battle with Drake and him having the two
the revolution will not be televised. Val, come on, say the words. Come on, Val. The revolution will not be televised.
But you pick the right stage, but you pick the wrong guy. And
go back and look at what you were just saying, Val. And I'm gonna go back to the Snoop situation based on exactly what you were talking about.
And then we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, and Snoop makes sure that he did that. Why is that? Because now Snoop want to perform for these guys. So now, if
he apologized for it later, though, he apologized.
If he apologized, it don't even matter because your new best friend is Martha Stewart, right? and your latest homies is Donald Trump, right? So now if Mark Zuckerberg, right? If Amazon, Bezos, right? If these guys are all doing some Gates, they gonna have a party and they need security and need entertainment. Who you think they're gonna think of? Oh, hold on, wait a minute, let me go holler at Snoop. And now Snoop is basically saying, I can take these Crips up out of LA and Compton, and I got to form my own security company. And I'm gonna send them to Mo's house to watch over that party. They're gonna park the cars, they're gonna do everything, they're gonna have a good time. Oh, by the way, I'm giving them legitimate money, right? Clean money, and I'm getting them off the street and showing them a different life. What happens is when you see the majority that look at a young African male man nowadays and they are dressed hip hop clothes, we automatically get a sense of fear. It just happened to me when I was talking to you the other day, Val. I meant to tell you that I went in the store and the lady looked at me. I'm walking down the aisle in freaking Kroger, and I happened to walk down another aisle. She walked down the aisle, and I was another. And on by the third aisle, she clutched her purse as though I was going to take it. And here's the funny part about it. Further on in the aisle, she needed to get something off the top shelf. What you think she asked me? Sir, can you help me? I was going to say, well, shit, woman, you act like I was going to steal your Louis a minute ago.
Well, hey, that's the mentality. That's the mentality, unfortunately. And what we have to do is 110% break out of it. You see that American flag formed? The revolution will not be televised. Oh my gosh, we got to wrap it up because I'm telling you, we could do this all night.
I know.
It's a little bit later on the East Coast, but Monique,
they still with us. They still with us. They know we got Mo Johnson. They know we got Mo Johnson. They still with us, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody going home right now.
But Monique, we want to tell everyone about what you have coming up next week.
Yes. This is the Leaders Live Generously Summit. It's a 3-day virtual summit. It is free. You get an opportunity to hear people like Dr. George C. Frazier, Delano A. Johnson, my hubby. I'm speaking. There's 62 speakers, and also there's some music. So register. The QR code is right there. It's free. You get an opportunity to really hear some thought leaders talk about the things that are happening and the things that we need to talk about. A lot of times people are afraid to speak up. They're afraid to speak up. Part of the reason why people are afraid to speak up is because they were taught how to be muted. And so we're really talking about yeah. But we're really, everyone's in their lane of expertise. I'm talking about how to master your brand signature story. And a lot of times people have amazing stories, but they're afraid to tell them. And they're also afraid to really step out and be who they've been called to be. So Leaders Live Generously, that's February 17th through the 19th. And it is, you get to watch it live for free. And then if you miss it live those 3 days, I think it's $97 for the year for the replays, but it is worth it. To hear Dr. George speak, it's worth it. One of the OG gangsters, original OGs, teaching us how to network.
And he knows who Kendrick Lamar is.
Oh, he knows who Kendrick.
Oh yeah. Oh man, yeah. I'm about to get on. Hey, anytime they look to holler at me on the OG call, I'm OG any low. Where you at, boy? Where you at?
Yes. He knows. He's very in tune with that, and he was the one that suggested that we bring him to the conference. So we'll see what happens. He wants to bring
who to the conference? Really?
Right. You better wake up. Yeah, Mo, I called that when you start talking. I don't know what Val at.
This is his desire. So we'll see how we can make that happen. But this is his desire. Yeah.
Man, I love that.
He
Absolutely
said this last year. He said it last year. He was like,
he said it last year.
He said for this year. He said it last year. For this year, he said he would really like to get him. So we have to see what that looks like. But he's very woke, and some people say they're choking on the agenda of woke. Some people are so woke that they're choking on the agenda of it. And
oh wow. hey, sound like you need to give somebody a pitcher of water then.
That part.
Hey, Mo, how much sports do you know, Mo? You good in your sports?
I used to be. Some things I remember. My ex-husband played in the NFL. I've been to the Super Bowls. I've done quite a few things. Yeah.
Well, the reason
But
why I asked, because next week is my fan appreciation show. Mark Lee, holla at your boy. You missed out last year, dog. I got to get you on the show next Monday night. It's going to be the Pull Up Podcast show, and Coach Tony, of course, don't meet me there, beat me there. We got the fan appreciation. Got a couple of young
nice.
guys. I have about
Nice.
6 people. I am still in need of about 2 or 3 women. I want to get on the show. I hate being male dominated because I throw curveballs at them. I can't get anybody. I'm like Muhammad Ali. I'm with the rope-a-dope. You know what I'm saying, Mo? So
Right. Well, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, game with
Okay.
the rope-a-dope.
Let's talk. Let's
Yeah,
talk.
so I need to get some women on this show to roll with me next week to kind of come back what these young men are talking about. Y'all can give a piece of y'all mind.
I'm going to reach out to somebody who I know eats, sleeps, and drinks sports. Matter of fact,
Oh, for
both of them
sure.
are
Yeah, they
related.
tell her to call
Both
me.
of them are related to me. They're
Oh yeah,
both
she in
related to
there.
me.
Hey, I don't care if she. I don't care if she hood and she saw it with a 40 ounce. She good with me.
Oh my gosh. And of course, the reason why I have a book called A DJ Saved My Life is because of the woman you see here, Monique Lisa Johnson. Walk me through this, walk me through that. And it is a part memoir, part ABCs of starting your own podcast. Scan the QR code and go to purelighthouse.com. Now we have the new website, and we'll talk a little bit more about the new website on next week. And then our affiliate sponsor, KeySpot. Connect, share, and grow your business, your small business on the KeySpot app.com. And you can go ahead and learn more about it. This episode has been on fire. We want to thank Monique for being here. And of course, see the behind the scenes with patreon.com/interludes. Man, oh man,
Mo,
this was such
I got one thing to tell you, Mo. Val keep playing, and you got her book out. How DJ saved her life. I'm gonna need to holler at you because we got to get my mans in them rolling.
There is no my man's in them. Monique,
Hey, Val,
he does not have a book named
I got a script. I got a script, Val. I got a script, Val. I got a script. Hey, I'm gonna say it like the hood brother. I got a script.
You have been talking about this for 6 months. This is the right woman to talk to about getting your situation together with my man and them. So pitch it to her right now.
Here's how funny this is, Mo.
You got 30 seconds.
I got a couple of homeboys already talking about my man's and them. It could be a rap track, it could be a house track, but we're gonna put it together. I want a kid's book. See, Val talking about, no, I want a bigger. I want a kid's book. I'm gonna make it a series. So holler at your boy. There you go. Hey, if everybody think Coach Tony needs to have the kid book, my man's in them, because y'all know what? Coach Tony love the kids.
These are all the books. I worked on all these books. I'm still going.
She's still going. She's still putting it up there.
You got, and like Kendrick Lamar said, Val, you got the right person on the right night then.
Yeah,
guys,
no, definitely.
We'll see you guys next week. Thank you so very much.
Mo,
and
that's all. Congratulations, salute.
Thank you so much. This was good. Listen, this was an opportunity to learn, earn, and return.
That's what I'm talking about.
We'll see you guys next week. Peace.